Hello everyone, I'm Whit Laxon and this is WGCHS on the air. On today's episode, we'll be kicking off a new series about careers. Plus, we'll be talking to a few of the senior players on the girls' soccer team about their last season here at GCHS. But first, we'll be heading to Emily Cornelius, who has a story on the infamous ICU list.
You may have noticed a few changes in the school this year. For example, we're not required to wear our name tags anymore. But the most drastic change has been the ICU list. By now, I'm sure we've all heard about it, but where did the idea for the ICU list come from? And how effective is it?
The ICU list is the list of students who have not completed every assignment or who has work that has not been made up from an absence. And sometimes just by having people know that you have that assignment missing, it makes a huge difference in whether you turn it in or not. If you have an assignment, you must complete it. There are no outs. There are no options to fail. With this concept, instead of focusing on deadline and constantly focusing on grades, you're focusing on the learning. And if you're focused on learning, the grades automatically come up without you having to constantly nag at it. ICU stands for Intensive Care Unit. And by having the list, every faculty member, staff member, from the cafeteria to the gymnasium to the vocational department has access to the list. So we can constantly remind students, hey, you're on the ICU list, have you done your math? Hey, you're on the ICU list, have you done your English? Can we help you? Is there anything we can do to help you complete this assignment? The ICU program is actually from two educators here in Tennessee. There was an in-service this summer that covered the material, and I am not one to typically buy in-service materials. I don't, some people will go and buy everything they have at in-services, and I'm not a typical purchaser, but I was really touched by some of the things that they said and the concept, and I just thought this could work. The success is obvious, and I hope that the faculty will take heed to that. And it is a lot of work on the front end for the teachers because you have to constantly keep it updated, constantly put people on and take people off, and then constantly remind students on a daily basis if they have work that needs to be made up. But it pays off. It pays off, and I'm really excited about the program.
Like it or not, the ICU list is here to stay. It's important for us to finish our assignments, or we could be sitting in the cafeteria next Wednesday or Friday. Reporting for WGCHS, I'm Emily Cornelius.
Thanks, Emily. Now we'll head to Brittany Lang, who is kicking off our new series about careers.
Have you ever thought about pursuing a career in broadcast and communications? Throughout the year, we will be looking into many professions that may appeal to you. And today we're looking into the profession of broadcast journalism. Cross Creek Television Productions broadcasted a recent GCHS football game, and we were able to talk to the employees about the career as well as take a tour of their mobile studio.
Video room has one video guy that runs and controls cameras. He, at the beginning of the day, has to match every camera's colors with every other camera, because each camera is its own monster. Some will look way different than others.
By making adjustments to the red, green, or blue components, I'm able to make the two pictures match, where green on one camera matches the green on the other camera. That way it doesn't become unsettling to see it change.
A director is going to verbally create a show. He looks at the cameras and he, in his head, creates a show. There's something going on out there, and he is trying to create a show on television that best represents what is going on out there. He is doing graphics. He controls what is on the screen, like score, time.
Different groups pay different amounts of money to have their logo on the screen for different amounts of time, and I make sure that those get in there and basically that we all get paid.
There's called the audio console. It has all the audio inputs. It looks like he's got almost 24 audio inputs that he's controlling right now. That includes mics on the field, mics on the cameras. We have 6 total cameras, and then we have the clock cam, so that's an additional.
Hi there, I'm Murphy Fair, and you're watching WGCHS Football.
We also had a chance to talk to 2 former Giles County High students who own their own video production company.
Our company is called Resounding Productions. Our mission is to provide affordable media services, whether that be videos or photography or graphics or anything like that, mainly video, but to provide media services that are affordable to nonprofit organizations and ministries, both here in the United States and abroad. we both have a passion for missions, but we also have a love for video and video editing, and we just decided that we could combine those two and create a mission out of it, but have a business that we could provide these things for people who need it.
We actually started talking about the company before we both graduated from college. We graduated a week apart. I went to Pellissippi State.
I went to Belmont University, and I majored in audio and video production.
I had to take 4 broadcasting classes.
I took a script writing class, a producing class,
A documentary class. I had to make a documentary throughout the semester.
a media and journalism class.
5 or 6 editing classes in both Avid and Final Cut editing software.
I took several classes that were specific to my major.
My biggest advice from the things that we've learned and seen through other people and stuff would be to always remain professional with your clients. Even if you know them, it's really easy to get comfortable with who you're working with, or if you know that person, to just sit around and chit chat, but ultimately you're there to do a job. In 10 years, I think that I want to see myself still fulfilling the purpose that I feel like God has me here to fulfill in my business, doing the things that He has called both of us to do together. He's shown us so many times that He obviously has us together for a purpose, many purposes, and so in 10 years I would like to see us still together, working, doing the thing that He called us to do and that He's asked us to do.
In 10 years, I would like to see myself in Cambodia and India and South America and Canada and everywhere else, because that's the mission of our business, is that we want to be able to provide affordable videos for people everywhere and get their mission across to other people. So if that means traveling to Australia or Japan or Asia, that's where we want to be. So that's where we want to be in 10 years, everywhere.
So whether you want to work in front of the camera or behind the scenes, hopefully today's career focus segment gave you a better idea about the profession of broadcast journalism. I'm Brittany Lang reporting for WGCHS.
Thanks, Brittany. And finally today, Kaylin Dawson has our sports report on the girls' soccer team.
Soccer is the world's most popular sport, and the Giles County High School girls soccer team started their 2010 season in late August. So far, the Lady Cats have started out with a great record, and I was able to speak to a few of the senior players.
I'd say our biggest rival is Richland High School, because we're the only varsity sports team that still plays them, and they're always out for blood. We don't get along, and for example, the last time we played them, they gave one of our girls a black eye.
We had a lot of young players come up and a new coach. We lost 2 players, both starters, in the defense, so we've had to bring players up in the lineup that are very young, and we had to come together and be stronger both mentally and physically.
This year we have 2 new coaches, Kevin Gardner and Danny Lindsay, and we also have a new teacher sponsor, Miss Amy Roberts. It's kind of been difficult adjusting to the new coaching, but the senior girls this year have had a different coach each year, so we're kind of used to it, and we're still been all right.
It's kind of sad that it has to come to an end, but I will be playing when I get out of high school on a select team. I wish the underclassmen the best of luck. The Lady Cats have been working hard all summer long. These young women are very dedicated and love to play soccer. So come out and support the Lady Cats. Reporting for WGCHS, I'm Kaylin Dawson.